Hey girl,
Hi.
I'm loving this vibe right now.
Comfy cozy.
You know that's my favorite.
I know.
Comfy cozy vibes. I personally wanted to wear pajamas, but you got to get your pajama game up.
I do. I feel like I only get one set of like pajamas for the holidays. You know how we do that corny matching pajama shit,
Mm-hmm.
as a family when you go to like whatever, like my sister's wedding.
Yes.
And
That's not
so, and
corny.
then like every year we just have like one set of good pajamas because I just live in sweats.
So what do you wear to bed?
Sweats.
What do you wear on top?
Just a t-shirt.
Hear me out. Imagine sitting here matching like button up sleeves, soft. So remember the pajamas I wore at my Christmas party last year? Those bow
Yes.
ones,
Yeah.
so cute. They're
Yeah.
so soft too.
Yeah.
Aerie, sponsor me. Top is from Aerie, pants are from Aerie. I got pajamas in there yesterday, and they're so cute. They're like flannel ones, and I got them big, so they make me look like 30 pounds bigger, but they're so comfy, and they have little wreaths with Cindy Lou Who and Max on them from the Grinch, but like the old like cartoon one.
What is it? Hootie.
Holiday Hootie Woody.
You haven't done that in a while.
I know. So speaking of the holidays, that's what we're going to get into today because I think the holidays can be difficult.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many clients start to crash out. Do yours too?
Yeah.
Like at this time of year, and they're just like, ugh, I hate the holidays. I hate the holidays. And it's just makes me sad. I personally love them.
Me
Do
too.
they bring stress? Do they bring difficult emotions? Yes,
hmm
but I do love them.
No, yeah, for sure. I love the holidays.
The
I love
holidays.
the holiday. Yeah, the holidays. And but you know what? Everyone doesn't experience holidays the same.
No, they don't.
Because people do experience emotional burnout. Like
Yes.
people feel overwhelmed a lot.
Hmm.
And I feel like I used to get overwhelmed during the holidays, but I've learned to just chill. I was just saying this to my sister today.
Hmm.
Like on Thanksgiving, my clients were like asking, like, "Oh, what do you do for Thanksgiving?" Blah blah blah, and I'm like, I just show up. Ain't no shame in my game. I just show up to
No,
wherever
same.
Thanksgiving is this year. They're like, "You don't cook nothing?" Nope, I
No,
don't. Not
no.
that I can't cook.
You don't have to.
I don't have to. I don't have to. Everyone else cooks.
Yes, I love that part. My family's like that too. And Mike's been like, "Oh, like do we have to make anything? Do we need to bring anything to Aunt Gina's?" I'm like, "No." I'm like, "Do you see it over there every time we go there?" I'm like, "We don't have to bring anything ever.
No.
Empty-handed. That's the way."
Yeah. I'm like, I
If
love
it's
it.
like a friend's house, I'm not gonna show up empty-handed. But my aunt, sorry, girl,
Yeah.
you do it all, boo.
Oh yeah, but usually Friendsgiving you're each bringing a dish.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit different.
What are you bringing for Jasmine's?
I don't know. I was gonna put that in the chat, like, I don't know what to bring.
I know.
I gotta think about that.
I know.
I'll try something out.
Same. I don't know when I'm gonna
Can I
do
bring
it.
rice? Yeah, Spanish rice.
Yes,
Arroz con
please.
gandules.
Yes,
You're like,
please.
yes, please.
What am I gonna make? Some white people shit?
Maybe. So
No.
let's get into it. Let's get into what the emotional burnout can be, why we're feeling so overwhelmed, through this holiday
Yeah.
season, why it's difficult, how to recognize these things,
Mm-hmm.
because we want to try to get through it because we know it's hard for some people
Mm-hmm.
and we want to try to at least enjoy some what we can, like making
Yes.
the best out of the holiday season. If this is a season that you struggle with, I
Mm.
think that's important to recognize, like validating the struggle and how to best work through it because we have to get through
Yes.
it,
Yeah.
you know?
Absolutely. And I literally just experienced because you mentioned feeling emotional burnout and feeling overwhelmed. I literally was shopping yesterday, and my mom and I we just went to like the outlets, and then we went to Target and we went to Marshall's. And when we were in Marshall's, this Marshall's was toe up. It was toe up. And I was looking at the racks and all of the people in there and like the line and just like the chaos in there. And I looked at my mom and I was like, I hate it here. We got to go.
Yeah.
Literally, I said, I'm looking at this rack and like, you know, in there when like the hangers are all sticking up and like everything's just all crazy.
Yeah.
I said, these clothes are giving me a tight chest. We have to go.
Wow. And I was just going to say, like, wow, that sounds like a good time, but it was not a good time for you.
Marshall's wasn't. Target was great. The outlets were great. I was living it up in Target. I got stuff for my Christmas stuff for my bathroom. Got a little nutcracker.
You decorate your house?
Yes, girl.
All your stuff is all the way up?
Yep. Did the tree, did the decorations. I actually got this really I might leave it up until like Valentine's Day because it's a white shower curtain and the edges is like squiggly, but the edges are just red. You could leave that up for some time.
Hold the fuck up. You change your shower curtain too for holiday season?
I usually don't.
I was about to say.
But I saw that one and I was like, oh my God, I love it. I love it.
Gabby.
I told you I love it.
Okay. Okay, good.
So, but anyway, shopping, yes. Feeling overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And I think this is something too, like, once you get older and you start buying gifts for people and like more people are born and then like you start buying gifts for more people, where do you draw that line?
Okay, so we have a big family.
Mm.
So it was to the point like there are so many kids.
Mm-hmm.
We're like, we cannot buy for every single kid. Some people don't got it like that.
Yeah.
So what we started doing is the adults don't buy for each other.
Okay.
We just buy for the kids.
Okay.
And so that like the cousins and siblings and all of
Mhm.
that, we do our own like Pollyanna kind of thing.
Okay.
And so everyone, writes their kid's name and like 3 things that they might want, put it in, a thing, and everyone picks out like a family. Like whatever family you get to buy for the kids.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, because if not, we're going to be buying 20 gifts.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
My family's small, but I feel like it's just gotten to the point now where it's like I buy for my nieces. And my sister always tells me, don't get me anything, don't get me anything. And I'm like, ugh, I just have to. And I do, like, I love to give gifts, but this year I'm like, how am I going to do this? I feel like so much is happening for me right now that I'm like, financial stuff is always like my immediate stressor.
Yeah.
So now I'm just like,
yeah. I do feel bad during especially the holiday season and because people feel that pressure and it does really bring a lot of financial stress to families. Or people in general, because you think you have to buy someone and like, if I don't get this person this specific gift or even a gift at all, and like kids, especially like kids look forward to that. You know what I mean? And so like,
I do.
Yeah, I mean grown-ups too, but even kids are like, well, at least I got to do this. And like, it's just so sad because that's not what the holiday season is about. And I feel like that's why Jamal and I don't celebrate necessarily like that aspect of it, you know what I mean, because it just brings too much financial like stressors for others, and like we don't want that, you know what I mean. That's not the only reason obviously, but it just really, it was a game changer, like when I didn't have to worry about like getting gifts for everybody or like, what am I gonna get Jamal, what am I gonna get Camille, like we just don't, we do like experiences with each other, like that's what we do.
But I think even that can start to feel overwhelming because at this time of year it's like, who's having like a holiday work party, which family member wants to do this with you, which family member wants to do that, and then it's like, okay, well the holiday season is only a short amount of time,
right?
And
Or
it's
who's
like
hosting?
that calendar be filling up.
Because hosting is a lot. I
It's
don't prefer to host, by the way. My family's like, but my sister, she's the hostess with the mostest. I love. Well, actually, both my sisters.
really.
Jasmine and Nancy host. They're like the
Is
best.
Nancy the one with like the really aesthetically pleasing house?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
She would be a hostess.
Yep. And she's on point. I don't know how she does it. She does it
Well,
so effortlessly.
that's how my aunt is. Like she hosts everything. And for a long time, my dad would always be like, ugh, like I want to have stuff at our house. I want a holiday at our house. And now he's like, Gina, you cooking dinner?
Yeah.
It's just, they do it, they enjoy it. And it's just, you show up, you don't bring anything. It's great.
Yeah, it is. And so that is definitely a big thing. People coming into this holiday season and having to like cook for everyone for Thanksgiving and getting all of those things and, gifts. So we just have to pay attention to that. Like, do what you can.
Right.
Like, and I feel like the people who matter will understand.
Yes.
You know what I mean? They'll understand, like, do what you can and that's it.
How would you, this is a good question actually that I just thought of. So like say you have a client coming to you and they tell you like, I really can't afford to like give all of these people gifts. Like I have kids, I have, a lot of kids in my family that we buy for. How would you approach it if they said like, family members are mad that I'm not able to give them something?
That's a good question. Well, one, I would always tell them to validate what they're feeling first, right? Like, let's unpack that. Like where does that come from? Like, where do those feelings come from? Like, is it appropriate? Is it inappropriate? Like if they're feeling guilt, if they're feeling like shame or whatnot. And then like at the end of the day, like that's not your responsibility. Your responsibility is not to manage other people's feelings. That's the thing. If you are doing something on purpose or malicious, that's active guilt.
Right.
Right? If I just really can't,
Right.
and you're mad because I really can't, you have to deal with that.
Right.
I would say leave it. Let them handle and go through whatever they need to go through and just show up like yourself. Validate your feelings and emotions there. Label for sure, but like you're not responsible for anybody else's feelings.
Right. And I think the family piece of holidays, yes, this is a time for family. This is a time for celebrating. This is a time to, connect with others. But I think that's the part that can get difficult is the boundaries within families. Like if there's unresolved conflict, if there's, people or family members being upset that like somebody has to split their time. I've been very fortunate enough that in the relationships I've been in the past, I've never really had to split time. But like when you get married and stuff like that, I feel like in-laws and parents get so upset that like they can't have the holiday with their family. And then it's like you don't want to let this family member down and you don't want to let the other person's family down, but it's like what works for you and what is going to make you happy because this holiday is yours too.
Right. I know I have people who do like split, like 1 year is this family, 1 year is the other family, and cool because excuse me, everyone isn't close to their family,
Right.
or every family doesn't have like gatherings or hostings, and like I'm fortunate too, and I'm showing up to my family's function.
Yeah.
10 out of 10. If you
I know.
go somewhere else, I'll meet you there later. But I'm gonna always show up. I'm sorry. And like, you know what? I'm just grateful that it works out in our favor, because Jamal and I will always do my house and we do Thanksgiving early,
Okay.
So it's like we're there by 4:00, we're there for a few hours, and then his family might do something later, or he always like we just drive separate, he'll go there and then I'll meet him, after. But that is challenging because I said that from the beginning. I'm like, listen, This is a non-negotiable for me.
Right. The day that I have to like, and like I said, my family's super small. So, and my mom's family is big, but my mom's family all lives out of state. So we always do holidays with my dad's family. And after my grandparents passed, like it's just my dad, his sister, my aunt, and my cousin and whatever. But I was talking to my cousin one day and I was like, but wait, what happens like when you get married and like you have kids? And then like my sister is obviously already married and kids, and what happens when I'm married and kids? Like I started crying. I was like, so like Christmas Day, we're not going to be able to be together? Cuz like how do you do that? It's like little now it's like my parents and my aunt like they're going to have their own.
Mhm.
How do you do that?
You just do it. You have your immediate family, and then you kind of meet up afterwards. Like we kind of. So what
That
I
hurts.
do
I
is
don't want to do that.
well, we used to do it here. When we did all of like the festive stuff. But like we chill, and then like I usually go to my sister's house to see my nieces and nephews, and then I go to my grandmom's house
Mm,
on Christmas.
this is gonna be a hard thing for me to navigate.
Yeah, we'll support you through that
Thank
process.
you. Yeah, see? Have friends to support you. I think that's the whole thing. Like we're talking about personal experiences right now, but this shows that like even me, I love Christmas and I love Thanksgiving, but it is still stressful and overwhelming. And you know what I noticed once I got older? How much preparation you do for a single day, and like the presents and all of that is over in like 30 minutes.
I know.
It's crazy.
It's a scam.
Maybe, but I love the gift. Like I love to give gifts, and like I get so excited to give people gifts. And like, remember Jasmine? She was like, Gabby's my favorite person to give gifts to because I get so excited.
I know.
Like I just love.
Why do we just wait to Christmas to give gifts?
I don't know. I don't wait till Christmas to give gifts though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I just gave you a stupid gift the other day.
I love it.
I gotta give Jasmine and Rosa theirs. I didn't
Yeah.
yet.
But like that's the thing, like that's why I feel like there comes the pressure.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like now I gotta get this person wants this, and this is sold out, and now this is popular. Like it's all to just take our money.
Yeah, it is.
Like
It is.
We are taking out what the holiday is really all about. And it's about spending time with family, celebrating. If you're religious, throw your religion,
Yeah.
In there, whatever. Like, but it's not about gifts. I be seeing videos where like the kid opens the gift and they're like, I don't want this, and like throws it. And I'm just like, see, that's what I'm talking about. Because if that ever happened, I'd be like flipping shit.
I'm not gonna lie, a couple years ago. My mom she'll be like, okay guys, tell me what you guys want for Christmas. Tell me what you want. So I wanted these Ugg slippers and I wear them all the time. But they were sold out. She ordered me the slippers. I unwrap them on Christmas and I was so excited to put them on and they were too small. You would have thought I was 8 years old.
How old were you?
It was like 3 years ago. I was like, now I got to return them and they're sold out. I'm not going to be able to get them till summertime and then I can't wear them. It was like this whole big thing. They ended up coming in like the end of January, but I was so upset. So, yeah.
See what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You ungrateful. You ungrateful.
I was in that moment. Because I
love the accountability.
I really wanted to put them on.
Right. So, more emotional burnout or feelings of overwhelm, like everyone's prepping for the holidays. We got some time off, so you got to finish deadlines, work, you know what I mean? There's never enough time
to
finish things. You know what I mean?
No.
Especially when you're trying to like enjoy your time off and not work while you're off. Because I used to be so guilty of that, but I've gotten so much better.
Mm-hmm.
And you were mentioning earlier, like the social events. Everyone is having something, and like it's just impossible to go to every single thing.
It's impossible to go to every single thing. And then it's like the whole month of December, I'm eating fucking cookies and treats and food and drinking. Like, it's a lot.
Yeah.
I gotta reel that in this year because
Yeah.
I'm at the point of no
I'm learning
return.
how to say no. Like even today.
I said no to your Cheetos.
You did. We're talking about social events though. Like even today, you know, Rosa's like, "Oh, come impromptu." I'm just like, "Gabby, go ahead if you want, but
That made me anxious when you said that. I'm like, oh my God, she's mad. And then
I'm like,
Rosa
I'm not about to stop you
instigating.
from having a good time. You know what I mean? I mean, we got responsibilities here, but
I made the right choice.
yeah, you made the right choice, I think.
Yeah, I'm here.
But I ain't your mama. I'm about to tell you what you have to do.
But when she said that sticker of Bryson, I was like, damn. Hit him where it hurts.
Right.
She's very persuasive.
And there's, it's always a good time there.
I
So that was
know.
hard.
I know, and I haven't been there in a bit.
I know. Yeah.
We can always pull up after.
Let's pull up. If the party's still going, I'm down.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
Okay, baby.
So, social events,
Mm-hmm.
definitely a big stressor. One thing that we both know because we both work together in addiction, right?
Mhm.
Doing IOPs is like, this is a really hard time.
Like, this is such a trigger
Yeah.
for that population.
It is. And I'm gonna tell you what, that's not an easy space to navigate.
No, I couldn't even imagine. I literally just said I'm going to be drinking the whole month.
Mhm.
Like, if you have substance use challenges, you might not be able to drink. You might not be able to celebrate. And then I think it's hard to be in those spaces where everybody's drinking, celebrating, you know, having such a good time. And I say this because that doesn't equal having a good time,
Exactly.
but it's like they may then exclude themselves, and then that leads to feelings of loneliness. Like, I can't be around this, so I'm going to isolate myself. And that's sad because the whole point is to be with loved ones, to be with family, to be with friends. And then they can't do that, or they feel they can't do
Yeah.
that.
Because, like, I feel like you might feel like an outsider.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like everyone's engaging and having a good time with all of these things. And hopefully families are supportive, but like even friends, like when you have removed yourself from certain things, like you have to really create like a whole different, you know, space because
Yes.
places and things when
Yes.
it comes to addiction, right? And so
Right.
like that's such a hard time. We get triggers, there's memories that come back. You know,
Right.
we have more time in our hands because we're usually off of work.
Mhm.
Like the possibilities there, you know, are like
Endless.
endless. And so we want to make sure that we're paying attention to that and like reach out to your loved ones, especially if you know they're going, you know, through those types of challenges and emotions, because that's tough.
And you know what I think is really interesting? Do you ever notice if like you're out and as I'm saying this, I'm thinking about like I do this to you sometimes. But like when you're out with people and somebody's not drinking, it's never like, "Oh, can I get you a water? Like, can I get you a soda? Can I get you?" It's always like, "Why are you not drinking?
I know.
You want a shot? You want this? You want that?" It's never like, "Oh, like why do we have to ask the why?"
Yeah. Okay, so quick story. We were out for my cousin's, I want to say birthday.
Okay.
Or somewhere. It was like at hang time, like at a bar or something like
Mhm.
that. And Jamal's not a drinker. And
Mm-mm.
so he will go out.
Wait a minute, he not?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay.
So he'll go out and won't drink. And so we were all at the table and, you know, we had like a glass of wine or something like that. And this guy was there. I don't know who he was, like my cousin's friend or something like that. And he went up to Jamal. He's like, "Hey, like I see you're not drinking. Is there a reason why you're not drinking? Like,
Why can't I just don't want to be
like
the answer to that?
You can't like like everything good. Like, I'm like, first of all,
What are you insinuating?
but like, how dare you even ask that question? Like, what if
Right.
someone is or has like, a drinking problem or in
Right.
recovery or whatever, and you're putting them in an awkward position? Like, I would never ask somebody that. Like, maybe because they don't want to, or maybe they are, and I'm not about to put them in that position.
Right. What makes it your business?
I don't know. I was like, ugh. I don't know.
That's an uncomfortable space to
That
be in,
is
I
an
can only
uncomfortable. He's like,
imagine.
no, I don't drink like that. So some days when I'm in the mood, I will, and some days, most days, he just doesn't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, yeah,
Mm.
so that can be hard
And I
through the
think
holidays.
too, like throughout that addiction piece too, like what if, we were talking about like spending time with family and, difficult family dynamics and stuff like that. When there is unresolved conflict within families, this can kind of tie into that too, because it might be hard for them to be around their family. It might be hard for them to be around these people without using like their go-to coping mechanism, right? Like
Right.
that is really putting your new coping skills to the test at this point. It's like, what do you do? And one thing that I feel like is always important is like planning that escape plan.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you are with your family and there is something that comes up that makes you feel uncomfortable or whatever it may be, or give you an urge to use or something like that, what's your plan?
Mm-hmm.
How are you going to navigate that in the moment? So it's not like you have to be like, oh my God, what do I do? If I leave, am I rude? Whatever. You can just get up and be like, okay, guys, gonna head out. I'm gonna go.
And who's your trigger people?
Notice that.
I'm not going to label who this person is, but I have a trigger person in my family.
Do you?
Yeah.
Hmm.
And I know my limitations.
Mm-hmm.
You know
So
what I
how do you manage that?
mean? I'll just stay away. You know what I mean? Like whatever room she might be in. Oh, I just said it was a she. Anyway, whatever room that person may be in, I'm not in that same room. Just not. I'm respectful.
Yeah.
I say hi.
But that's it.
But that's it.
Whatever you got to do to get through your day. Like I said earlier, this is your holiday too. You do what you need to do to make the best of it for you.
Mm-hmm.
And as you said, it is not your responsibility
Nope.
to manage anybody else's emotions.
It's not. And like that's just a boundary that I've set for myself. I know
Right.
what feels good to me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't particularly think that makes me feel good. So I just
Keep
do
my
what I
space.
know I can manage.
Right.
You know what I mean? And again, that person may never even realize or notice it because I don't make it a big deal.
Right.
I just know what that is within myself.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And that's really important.
Yeah. I want to go back real quick because you were talking about like splitting families in one way or not or the other. I was just thinking that with like maybe having like a blended family. So like that's tough because we usually split like Thanksgiving, with Camille and Camille's other side of the family. And like this year, I think she's going with her mom
Mm-hmm.
and that side of the family. And I'm like, sad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
It's
that's tough. Like,
it's tough.
yeah.
And I also think like when my parents split up and divorced, I was older.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like the pressure was almost on me of like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Who are you going to be with? And it was always, I will say my parents did a really good job of like still being able to be together in the same room. So it did make it easier on us. But there were a few years where like things weren't meshing too great.
Mm-hmm.
And there was that point where like we would have to be like, okay, I'm going to go see mom for breakfast and then I'm going to do this with dad later. And it's just a really difficult choice. It's almost better when like it's already decided so that pressure doesn't have to be on the kid because that's hard.
I know.
Because then it's like, this is what I want to do because this is my family's tradition. But now I have to consider, somebody else too.
I know. I hate it.
It's hard. Because, like,
I
I want to
do.
do what I want to do.
Yeah, exactly. But it is what it is. So that's also, something to pay attention to because that can definitely bring us, down through those moments. I also think the pressure to be happy.
I was literally just going to say, this is the reality of this time.
Mm-hmm.
And even though, like, everybody's supposed to be happy, jolly, merry, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
Christmas,
What was it?
Christmas.
What the hell? Oh, Chris.
Me and
I'm
my
like,
cousin say that all the time, Christmas.
what? That's funny. But yeah, like it doesn't always match reality because
Right.
it is supposed to be a joyful, season, but everyone doesn't experience that. And
Right.
like I might like have to, keep my smile on my face or, keep it moving or doing all of these things. And like it's not always like that,
Right.
Also, for my single people out there,
Mm.
the pressure to be like, oh, yay, another holiday season. I'm single, but it's okay. I'm going. And like, that's tough.
It was really hard. There were different parts of my life, whether I was actually in my relationship or not, like the previous relationship that I kind of always talk about. I would dead ass stay off of social media like on that day because I just wouldn't want to see everybody posting like, oh, so thankful to be, with my boo, so thankful, so grateful, whatever. And I would always be in my bag, like, oh, can't be with you, or I don't have anybody.
Yeah, that sucks.
But I think in those moments too, it's so important. Like, lean into the people that you do have.
Mm-hmm.
Still surround yourself with love, kindness, compassion. Just be with your support people.
Yeah, always goes back to that. I
Mm-hmm.
love it. Now, one really important thing, and I think for me too,
Mm.
really going to experience this season is grief. Like grief through the holiday season.
Yeah.
Crazy.
The firsts are hard.
Yeah, I know. So like I'm experiencing a first of everything, without my grandfather. And I'm like, oh, I don't know if I'm looking forward to that. Like
It's
that's
tough.
tough. That's hard. Like to even say that out loud, I'm like, ugh.
It's like a big change
Hmm.
because I feel like you feel like part of your family, or well, I mean, they are, but you feel like something's missing.
Right.
Something shifts.
Yeah.
Something is not the
Hmm.
same. So,
I think I don't know where I heard this from, but someone was like, it's like you put your puzzle together like puzzle pieces, but there's always one missing.
yeah.
So like it's like together and you can see the picture, but there's still that thing missing. And I was like, yeah, that's exactly what and it'll always be missing because it's not there.
Hmm.
And that triggers a lot of people. You know what I mean? And what?
That would be a good art tool
Yeah.
to offer somebody.
Yep.
Love that. Okay,
Hmm.
continue. I didn't want to lose that, but I was like, oh, great. Love it.
Yeah. And it's definitely challenging. Like those memories get louder,
Yes.
especially when you're in the moment and feeling it.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So we have to really, really pay attention to ourselves, but even
Hmm.
reaching out to our friends or our loved ones who are experiencing,
Yeah.
whether it's their first time or it doesn't even have to be their first time, but like just going through this holiday season, again, without someone who's so meaningful,
Hmm.
to them because the sensory triggers will be.
Literally. And I
Mhm.
think a lot of times too, like, I don't know why, but it always seems like family members pass during this time too, or immediately after.
Mhm.
So it's like those anniversaries or whatever overlap this time too. And it's like there's almost like a feeling of guilt, like I want to be happy and I want to enjoy this day, but I'm also grieving this person. And I think you might experience that,
Mhm.
this year. But like you said, the sensory things are there, the memories are loud. So, yes, that person is no longer here or
Mhm.
with us, but like, what kind of traditions does your family do that you could honor that person.
Right. Exactly. Also, too, like, I think about guilt, right? Like you're together having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like everyone's gonna be enjoying, we're gonna be eating, we're gonna be having fun, we're gonna be playing games, but like, why are we having fun? We don't have this person. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's how guilt will eat you
Uh,
alive.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So like that's another thing, emotionally that we'll struggle with. You know what I mean? And I don't know what that's gonna look like, and I am thankful that I had my art session, my ART session, because I think that really helped me.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Especially for like this time of year.
Right, right. I think I was sharing with you, like, it was my grandfather's birthday on Thursday,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't even cry.
That's
You know what I mean?
good.
Like, I felt like emotional,
Yeah.
but like, I was able to like process and like have good thoughts and
Mm-hmm.
feelings. And I'm like, did that just really work? You know what
It
I mean?
did.
Because it's awesome. So like I'm excited to see what this is gonna look like, because I think it's gonna be such a good tool to use for everybody
Mm-hmm.
going through, something like this.
Yeah. And like, it's funny because even yesterday, when, me and my mom were shopping, she used to go shopping with my mom Sue all the time,
Mhm.
especially at Christmas time. They would be out like all day long, like hours.
Mhm.
And when we were shopping yesterday, I was like, Mom, you got to twist it. I said, because I ain't Mom Sue. I am not shopping for 10 hours today. I said, we're not going to 65 places. We can go to 3, and that's it. And then I'm going to be done.
Mhm.
So, like, even when we're doing things, like, all of the memories are coming up. And actually, yesterday was the anniversary of her passing. So, kind of crazy. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
But even that, it's like right before Thanksgiving. It was literally the week of,
Yeah.
a few years ago. But it's like we still always, honor them during this time. Like, especially my grandpa, his thing was he's going to make pizzelles. And he made
My mom makes them all the time.
the best pizzelles. So my aunt makes those every year. And then there's another cookie that she always made because he liked them, and she still makes them every year. I don't think anybody else likes them, but she makes them.
Nice. That's her way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because families can feel incomplete
Yeah.
without that person. And I just think about like my grandmother and, her first time without her husband.
How long were they married?
Girl, like 60 some years, I think.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, my heart
Yeah.
hurts for
I
her.
know. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, that's going to be tough.
It is going to be tough, but she's going to be surrounded by,
Yup.
her loved ones, her
Mhm.
support. And is
Yeah.
it going to be hard? Yeah. Do we recognize that? Yeah.
But I think it's important to validate it too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's important. Like validate that you're going to feel those things and just know who your people, are. And
Mm-hmm.
so guys, let's pay attention to how, we are dealing with grief during the holiday time, because this is a very sensitive time, and
Mm-hmm.
also like other people, that
Yeah.
that we know and going through. So like how can we offer that support for other people, too?
Yeah, and I just want to say too, like all of these things that we're talking about, I feel like we can feel so alone in them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like, ugh, like why can't I just enjoy this time? This time is supposed to be happy. This time is supposed to be this, that. Like you are not the only one that is having these feelings. Everybody's still working. Everybody still has their deadlines. Everybody still has the 65 functions to go to. Like these are normal feelings, and it's okay to be like, wait a second, let me take this pause, let me slow down,
Mm-hmm.
let me recognize, hey, I'm human, I'm not perfect, I'm stressed the fuck out.
Right. And it doesn't mean that you're weak.
Right.
It just means you're freaking human, like you
Right.
said. And do what you want to.
Right. I think that's the big piece here. And we've said this a couple times throughout this. This is your time with your family, your time with your friends. Make sure you're honoring your own needs throughout this process and not just worried about everybody else's.
Yeah, for sure. And like, guys, there's no right way to grieve during the holidays.
Right.
There's no right or wrong way
Yeah.
to grieve during the holidays. Just pay close attention to what that looks like, and most importantly, what it feels like. You know, be able to label it, call it out, you know, ask for that support.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And ask your therapist how to help navigate through that process
Yeah.
too.
Absolutely.
And if you don't have one,
reach out.
Call me. You know, so let's honor the people that we lost in these times and celebrate them still. Just because they're not here doesn't mean we can't celebrate them.
Right.
Celebrate yourself.
Yeah.
Through the holidays.
You made it through the year.
You made it. We're almost there. We're like at the finish line, you know, and just remember the emotional burnout and the feelings of being overwhelmed. They're trying to tell you something.
Yeah.
It's your body hitting that emergency brake. Actually, this way.
Yeah.
Like, stop.
Mine's a button.
Yours a button. Oh, mine's. Oh, shit. Yeah, mine is a button.
This
is
OG.
like old school. You know, but pay attention and listen to yourselves. We hope that you guys have a great time with your families and friends.
We do.
And yeah.
Eat, drink, and be merry.